There he's looking at the numbers. He's 4-5, ERA 4.65. On for the 15th time. He does have a complete game. Opponent's hitting .252, but lifetime against these Dodgers, he's really struggled. He's 0-3, his ERA 10.5. Really, the key to beating these Dodgers is the first three hitters. Pierre, Furcal, and Hudson will all steal, and they'll run at will. Keep them off base. You don't have to worry about the guys in the middle driving them home, and that's going to be problematic. But hopefully tonight, Gavin's equal to the task. Behind the plate, Ed Rapuano at first. Paul Schreiber at second. Paul Nauert at third. Joe West. Okay, fans, it's now 7-11 and time for the first pitch. Tonight's game is presented by 7-Eleven. And as they throw the ball around the infield, I'll turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Hawk Harrelson.
All right, Stone Pony, thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball from beautiful U.S. Cellular Field, second of this three-game set against the Dodgers. So Juan Pierre gets set to lead it off. Juan comes in hitting at .329. No homers. He's driven in 24. Corners in very close. First pitch strike. Dodgers at 47-24. 23 games over. 8.5 games in first place. They're hitting .278 as a club with a 3.54 ERA. And that's right back at Gavin, right in the gut. So 2 pitches, 1 out.
If you square yourself off defensively, then it's pretty hard to vacate the middle of the diamond. And get
This is the 11th meeting in interleague play between these two clubs. In the first 10, Sox have won 7. As the count 1-0, and here at beautiful U.S. Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straight away center.
Furcal, a switch hitter, has a little more power and a little more pop in the bat from the right side.
2-0 the count. He was 1 for 5 last night. And he has faced Gavin 9 times, has 2 hits. There's the strike. 2-1. Another switch hitter, Orlando Hudson, on deck. Three and one.
Manny Ramirez is starting his rehab. He's at AAA Albuquerque. When he comes back, which is supposed to be July 3rd, Juan Pierre will lose some playing time, and Furcal and Hudson will lead it off.
That's lined into left field, right at Scotty Pods. 2 down. Here's Hudson. Orlando hitting at .309, 5 homers, 38 knocked in.
And Hudson is another switch hitter who's a better hitter from the right side than he is from the left.
Bit of a gap out there in right center. As there's strike one. Hudson 1 for 4 last evening with an RBI. That coming in the first inning after Furcal had doubled. He doubled.
This is a very good night to pitch. Easy to get loose. Especially if you can keep the ball down. It's going to jump certainly in the outfield, but if you keep it down, you should have a good curveball tonight.
Well, it's even as good as it is to pitch, better to hit.
Well, I think
this ballpark is very small.
There's
tonight.
no question. But this is the way baseball was meant to be played. Real warm summer type days.
Where it's good to pitch and it's good to hit. That breaking ball downstairs, 2-2.
Now the difference is you'd like to have these same days, but you'd like to have the fences back at least 100 feet all the way around. Unfortunately, not the case.
You pitchers. Wah, wah, wah.
Well, I'll tell you where the fences are. We're not doing a real good job of offense at home, so
No.
maybe we ought to bring them in a touch. We have more thunder in our lineup than the Dodgers do. They've got more speed than we have.
Post didn't get it, so a full count.
Casey Blake in the on-deck circle, and he's been a revelation for these Dodgers since coming over from the Cleveland Indians. He's driven in some big runs for them, including a couple last night.
There's a chopper, the free hopper, and a nice inning for Gavin Floyd. 1-2-3 after a half inning of play as the Dodgers nothing and the good guys coming to bat.
Jermaine Dye hitting third. Paul Konerko on that 8-game hitting streak, hitting cleanup, and he's a DH tonight. That's A.J. Pierzynski, Brian Anderson, Jason Nix, Gordon Beckham, and Josh Fields at first base hitting 9. The defense, left to right, Pierre Kemp and Ethier in the infield, Blake for Call, Hudson and Loney, Martin behind the plate, and Randy Wolf on the hill. Randy's just 3-2. He's had 10 no decisions. As you can see, the ERA is very good at 3.29. Opponents hitting just 2.32. That's a good number. His fastball probably tops out 90, 91. He's got a straight change, although not quite as good as Mark Burley's. He does throw a very slow overhand curveball. Talking to Rick Monday about it, he said it was very slow. It was 69 miles an hour. I said, hold on for a second. I threw 167. Might have been slow, but it broke quickly. That's the repertoire for Mr. Wolf.
Steve Charlie Wilson Stone. As here is Scotty Pies. And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. Takes it outside. Pies hitting at 312. Couple of homers. He's driven in 16.
Left-handers, by the way, have hit almost nothing against Wolf. So this should be an interesting challenge tonight.
There's a strike to even the count at 1. Casey Blake in on the grass at third. Outfielder short. Swung around to the left. Loney in closer than halfway at first. There's that slow curveball.
Scotty looks back at Ed Rapuano as if to wonder if that ball was high. Came in pretty nicely, though, and split the middle of the plate.
Slaps at it.
He's in the box, perfectly legal, and a nice Pierre, very shallow in left field.
Foul tipped, hung on to by Martin. And that's out number 1. And with 1 out, let's check out our picks to click tonight, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Jim Angio, our director and the crew. Well, he went with Josh Fields. Lisa, Larry, Tex, Layla, and Steve are going to go with Beckham. And all my good buddies down in South Bend, Granger, and Mishawaka at Martin's Markets, especially the one at Cleveland and Gumwood. We're going to go with Jason Nix.
Gumwood.
Very busy street.
Where is that?
Granger.
Wolf, 32 years old, in his 11th year in the major leagues, his second with the Dodgers.
The 2-0 to Alexei. The ball hit high and deep. Stretch. Kemp back, looks up, you can put it on the board. Yeah. Number 9 for Ramirez, and the Sox lead it 1-0.
35th driven in. And Matt Kemp went all the way back to the wall. He's about 6'4", leaped up as high as he could leap, actually, probably in the first row, and this one just made it by him.
So here's Jermaine. Of course, those picks to click that we gave you, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Visit southwest.com today.
That's the 12th home run surrendered by Randy Wolf, and that far and away leads this staff in that department. Nobody else is even close.
One and one to count. JD hitting at .268, 15 homers, 40 knocked in. He was 2 for 4 with an RBI last evening. And count 2-1. And of course, with that home run by Alexei Ramirez, the Alex Nelius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox homer hit throughout the course of the season. That is number 76. So $7,600 donated by Alex Nelius in loving memory of Ursula.
Last year combined between San Diego and Houston, Wolf was 12-12. His best year back in 03 with the Philadelphia Phillies, where he was 16-10.
One out and the 2-2 pitch. And it's just off the facing of the LG Skyline Club seats.
Look at Paul Konerko, who's waiting patiently for the resolution of this at bat.
There's a shot off the glove of Casey Blake. That's why they call it the hot corner. So JD's going to give it a shot. Here's the throw by Pierre, not in time. So a hustle double. Double number 9 for Jermaine. Boy, that ball was absolutely racky-tacked.
Not much of a chance. Which is not difficult to do. Conversely, Kemp in center field has a cannon for an arm. Ethier has a good arm in right, but the best arm by far belongs to Matt Kemp.
So here is Konerko. Paulie at .289, 10 homers, and 44 driven in. That slow curveball goes around the outside corner. Paulie 1 for 3 last night with a homer. Outfield's going to play everybody just about the same as we saw last night. They're going to play them for the most part straight up, spread out, and deep. on the outside edge. So 1-1 to count. And that's down low.
So far, Wolf doesn't have a real good feel for the straight change. He has dropped a couple of decent curveballs in there.
Out of West Hills, California. 13 games over at 93 and 80. Watch out.
That time he got Paul pretty well. For Wolf, that's the first guy that he's hit this year. And for Konerko, he's hit for just the third time.
Well, he's already playing in some pain with that bad bone bruise on his thumb. So here's AJ. AJ hitting at 285, 7 homers. He's driven in 18. He has faced Wolf 3 times, and he is 0 for 3. Checks it up, takes ball 1.
He's not the Lone Ranger in that department because Wolf has always been tough on lefties, but especially this year, they're hitting under 100 against him. The 2 righties have hit him. He's hit one of the righties and retired the only lefty he's faced.
Jacks it up in the count 2-0. So AJ with a catbird seat. Brian Anderson on deck. Bottom of the 5th in Detroit. Cubs and the Tigers are tied at 1. Right here, 12. Don't help him out. Keyhole. Flips that pitch. Foul left side.
There you see the look from behind the plate. Now you see the look from center field and just exactly where Martin wants it.
Count evens at 2.
That was a quick breaking slider.
That's off the glove, and that's going to be a base hit. Everybody is safe. Yeah, we caught a break right there. That ball was not hit that hard.
No, and if that ball gets to Hudson, it's going to be a double play. But from a pitching standpoint, you got to know where your infielders are, and that's exactly what Wolf is talking to Hudson about. And only 1 out.
And here's Brian. Brian 0 for 3 last night, had a tough evening against Hiroki Kuroda. 3 strikeouts. So we need a little contact right here. Brian comes in hitting at 245, a couple of homers. And he's knocked in 9.
AJ's got to get a good secondary lead because on a ground ball, he's got to break up 2 because it means a run.
Flips that slow curveball up there. tries to double him up, misses outside.
Very few guys really enjoy swinging at that first pitch curveball. In fact, I would say 95% of the hitters in both leagues will take a first ball curveball.
That's inside. 2-1. Sox packed with Sox. They're in the bottom of the first with a run across. And a homer by Alexi Ramirez. Down to third. And they turn it. But we pick up the one, and after one, it is 1-0 Sox. First pitch strike. And that's going away. Blake hitting an even 300, 10 homers. He's driven in 46.
He started out the 8th hitter for the Dodgers in front of the pitcher, and now he's hitting right in the middle of the order.
.46 RBIs, had 2 big ones last night.
And he's discovered right field, and that's made all the difference in the world. Let's see if he discovers his curveball. Gavin yet doesn't have the feel for the curveball because it's breaking sharply enough. He just lost the release point, and usually with the break of his ball, he wants to throw it behind the right-hand hitter's shoulder.
Full count. So the leadoff walk after being way ahead.
Well, Blake is one of the few guys in this lineup that won't run. He's 0 for 1 in stolen bases, and I have a feeling that probably was on a hit and run.
Here's the 26-year-old right fielder, Andre Ethier, hitting at .267. He has 11 homers and he's driven in 43. Takes first pitch strike.
And in talking with both Don Mattingly and Jeff Pentland, the two hitting coaches, I asked him to compare and contrast Ethier with Loney. I said Ethier a little more polished right now, perhaps a little more natural power. But Loney hasn't even scratched the surface of his ability quite yet.
Shanks that one foul over the Sox dugout.
Let's look at a great one.
Yes, he was. And he still is. He could beat you with a leather, and he could beat you with a lumber. The 0-2. Did softly. Now Gavin will go ahead and just put it on him. So that is out number one.
White Sox group and party area outings is priority seating for your group of 20 or more fans. You can save $1 to half off each ticket, depending on the size of your group in the party areas like the fan deck, warning track, or an individual game diamond suite. Call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com for more details.
I'll bring up the 37-year-old veteran Mark Loretta. Hitting at .244, no homers. He's driven in 11. Outfield around to the right. Beckham back and off the line at third. Second of the three-game set on another beautiful evening, albeit a little warm.
Not a cloud in the sky after some pretty nice storms rolled in early this afternoon.
That evens account at one.
I like one of the things that the Dodgers have done, and that's take some veterans and put them on their bench. They've got Osmus, Castro, and Loretta. Three guys who really understand how to play the game. They're all veterans. They've all been around a long time, and they're all very helpful to this pretty young Dodger team. There's a look at Joe Torre, the skipper.
Ball and 2 strikes. Joe is not going to miss many tricks. He's not going to renege, and he's not going to miss many tricks.
Well, they got Osmus to help Martin, and defensively he's done a terrific job with him. Loretta helps out everybody in the infield. Castro, another one of those guys. He's hitting .347, and he can play just about anywhere.
And there's a base hit. That's going to tie the ball game up. So the leadoff walk comes around, and that leadoff walk will get you most of the time. We saw that happen last night in the second inning to Johnny Danks when he walked Matt Kemp, and then Loney hit the 2-run homer.
AJ wants it inside. Instead, this ball is on the inner third of the plate, and an inside-out swing by Loretta produces the first Dodger run. That ties it at 1.
So here's Loney. Hitting at .282, 5 homers, but he's driven in 49. Loney last year at .289, 13 homers, and knocked in 90. Dreaded leadoff walk is absolutely put more gray hairs into the heads of managers than any other play.
Unless you can throw a double play, and that means that you consistently throw ground balls, leadoff walks usually do come back to haunt.
Flips that one foul, and that'll be in the seat souvenir.
Tony's grounded into 6 double plays this year. He runs pretty well, so he's going to have to hit the ball hard in order to turn a pair here.
Now feel about equidistant, maybe just a slight gap out there in right center field. Curveball, no.
Gavin's going to have to start getting that ball over the plate, or he's going to have to start doing something with his fastball, either cutting it or changing speeds with it, because so far he's thrown a decent enough curveball. He just hasn't thrown it for strikes.
Two balls, 2 strikes to the 24-year-old.
That's a straight change, and that was a good one. 85 miles an hour. As you can see, Gavin over the last 6 starts has been very tough. ERA 161.
Make that 25 for Loney. Even though that ball had some good rotation on it, still, for the most part, for Gavin, that's a get me over.
That one just hung right over the middle of the plate, and fortunately, Loney just fouled it back.
So another full count. Here in an inning and a third, he has thrown 33 pitches. There goes the runner. And there's the foul tip.
A little surprising they would run with Loretta, who at 37 doesn't have the wheels any longer, risking to strike him out, throw him out. But Loney's fanned just 32 times this year and 273 at bats. So at least this year's history says that he will make some contact.
Loney out of Missouri City, Texas. Backs out. Now they'll go through it again. And as the start of the game last night for Johnny Danks, Gavin working very slow. There goes the runner. And there's another souvenir left side.
I was inquiring about Loney's arm in the infield because we have one of the best throwers around in Paul Konerko at first. And Loney came up as a pitcher in the Dodger organization and threw the ball 90 miles an hour. So there's not anything wrong with his arm. He's also a real good defensive first baseman. He's only made 2 errors this year.
There goes the runner, and there's another foul ball. That one got a little bit of Ed Rapuano behind the plate.
That's a straight change, and that got Ed right in the thigh. The high thigh.
Close. The no cigar. Well, Loney and Kemp Ethier last year. Between the 3 of them, they had 111 doubles.
Well, Ed Rapuano just motioned to Larry Bowe at third base to get back away from the baseline. He was creeping up very close to third baseline, which he still is doing.
And there is another. So on a very warm evening here in the beautiful city, Mark Loretta has already gotten his workout.
this is a struggle. The 11th pitch of the at-bat to James Loney, who's played in every Dodger game to this point.
Loretta and Alexei Ramirez getting to have a little conversation down there. Getting to know each other.
I think he's probably going to tell Josh Fields that he's getting a little too old for doing this on this hot a night. I would say with each and every step towards second base, he probably slows down a touch.
Watch out. Marking his career. Not what you call a running fool.
No, not a prolific base stealer, but a very dependable player.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's a good hitter.
And if he wants to manage one day, he's going to be able to do it.
There he goes again. And that'll do it. What happened?
Well, the only problem is it looks like it's ball 4.
Yeah. AJ wanted the thing, and now Rapuano came out from behind the plate, so that's ball 4. It's academic.
Well, he pointed at Joe West, and Joe West made no signal. In fact, he just stood there until just a second ago when he finally gave the safe sign. Looks to me like that bat might have crossed the plate. That would have been a strike him out, throw him out. And when Ed Rapuano appealed to Joe West, he just stood there. Run down is easy, but it's a moot point.
Well, somebody's got to let somebody know something out there.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous right there. I mean, anyway, here's Russell Martin. Ball off the glove of Beckham, so now the 2 walks in this inning have really got a chance to burn Gavin Floyd. One of them's already crossed home plate.
This goes as E5. If you can grab the baseball, got a chance at least. But he doesn't. And it loads him up.
I don't care how mad you are at somebody, you got to let the players know what's going on.
Well, there's no doubt. And when the umpire at home points to you, you've got to make a definitive call, because that play went on a lot longer than it had to go on.
So here's Kemp hitting at .314, 8 homers. He's driven in 37. And now the 42nd pitch here in inning in the 3rd for Gavin Floyd.
I think one of the reasons why Kemp was hitting in the 9th spot was that Joe Torre doesn't think he can hit the curveball at Gavin Floyd. He's been a strikeout victim 62 times. He leads the team by a wide margin in that department. So far, Gavin hasn't gotten the breaking ball over the plate.
And the count 0-2.
Look on the base paths. A fly ball, it better be fairly deep, or Loretta's going to have a tough time scoring. Loney and Martin have good speed.
And that ball gets away, so this is, I'll tell you, this is an ugly inning right here. Very, very ugly.
Gavin has thrown his 6th wild pitch of the year. We talked about his inability to locate that breaking ball. Here's another one. That looks like a pass ball. And it is a pass ball.
So 2 walks, an error, a pass ball. Ducks on the pine now with just 1 out. Looks like he's trying to run that curveball up the home plate instead of staying back and letting it work.
Well, he's throwing it too hard. It's 79, 80 miles an hour. If he doesn't get Kemp, there's a good chance that Don Cooper will go out there. The strikeout is waiting to happen if you can throw a curveball anywhere in the vicinity.
Another full count. And another souvenir. 46 pitches. So unless things can turn around drastically like they did last night for Johnny Danks after the first inning plus, our bullpen's going to get some work tonight. He gone.
Kevin goes with the high heat and throws it right by Kemp. This becomes about the biggest out of the game. In that you only trail by a run here, but there's 2 runners in scoring position for one of their hottest hitters, Juan Pierre.
Corners in close. Line shot. Alexi just completely misjudged that one.
Well, he jumped up and the ball almost hit him in the chest.
That should be another error.
It is. This ball hit right at Ramirez. Looks like we're out of the inning. And here comes Don Cooper. Just overjumped it.
This is going beyond ugly. It is fugly.
Well, the White Sox came in and we knew they had some defensive problems. They've now committed 51 errors this year. And contrast that with the Dodgers, who have committed 31 errors this year.
Well, we've had an interesting ball club in several respects. Every time you think they may have turned a corner, they haven't. Every time you think they're buried, they're not.
Well, that's been the case all year. And lately we're playing so much better on the road than home. That's somewhat startling.
So 2 unearned runs. Both walks have crossed home plate.
What you do is if you're going to go to a breaking ball from Cal, AJ's going to have to block anything down.
Pierre, pretty good lead. He is 17 for 22 in stolen bases. I'm shocked that he hadn't already gone.
Well, I figure he's going here. They want to wait to see if there was going to be a pitch out first pitch.
Well, there wasn't. He should have gone on the first one. There he fakes. Does not go. And a strike for Carlson's what?
Ozzie was the third base coach for that Florida Marlin, that championship Florida Marlin team, when Juan Pierre was starring for them.
Three runs on 1 hit for their guys. 1 run on 3 hits and 2 big errors for our guys. We talk so often about There are more games that are lost than that are won. You're going to win 60, you're going to lose 60. What do you do with the other 42? Well, I'll tell you what. We have absolutely messed up a lot of those 42 already in this season and given away too many games. He was off there.
Well, if you're going to fake the third, then you have to come back and do it quickly going to first base, because he would have had Pierre dead to rights.
And that has popped up. Jermaine calling off Jason Nix, makes the catch, but a very, very bad, poorly played, poorly pitched inning. And we trail it 3-1. Chicago food samples, courtesy of Nanny's Delicatessen and The Noodle. These are just two of the fantastic restaurants that you can visit at this year's Taste of Chicago, starting this weekend, starting Friday in Grant Park.
By the way, our crew made short work of all of that you just saw.
Didn't take long, did it?
Nope. Now only scraps remain, but it was very good.
Well, we virtually have given them 3 runs, and they lead at 3-1. If you take the leadoff walk, a couple errors, another walk that scored. As Jason Nix takes down low ball 1. Hitting at .217. 4 homers he's driven in 7. That evens the count at 1.
Well, Jason's been swinging, which hasn't been often, but he's usually tried to pull the ball against left-handers.
And the old ejector button got Russell Martin right there.
Yeah, you got to let a little air out of the glove on occasion. I had a catcher that did that quite a bit. So looking at his glove to get the frog out of there.
2-1 pitch. Lined into left field, but Juan Pierre is there, so hang with him for Nix. Boy, he swings the bat well.
This is your chance to win an AJ, phonetically spelled, Pierzynski jersey. Tell the White Sox what you think. Simply log on to your computer, take a quick survey. Your answers are confidential. Visit whitesox.com/survey. You must complete the survey before tonight's game ends.
Gordon Beckham, 0 for 3 last night. Fouls that one back. Probably the most misleading numbers of any hitter we got on our club is Jason Nix. He's been hitting at 217. But he has hit the ball hard.
It's pretty tough to keep a whole lot of your concentration and your stroke when you just don't get a chance to get all that many at bats.
The 2-1 pitch. Chopper 2 hopper for call. 2 down. And that'll bring up Josh Fields. Josh hitting at 227, 3 homers. He's driven in 21. Just tuning in, Dodgers took the opener last night 5-2 behind Hiroki Kuroda. And in the finale tomorrow, it'll be Clayton Richard against Chad Billingsley. Afternoon game.
And Billingsley is the ace of this Dodger rotation. At this point, he's 9-3 with an ERA 2.83.
That's high and wide, 1-1. Scott Posednik on deck. Two out, and the 2-1 pitch to Fields. Another one.
And once again, Russell should ask somebody to break one of those in before he takes it into the game. Take a look at this.
You got to center it up a little bit.
Ball just explodes out of that glove.
And that's foul back. So a full count.
I wonder if Paul's asking Mark Burley how he hit that home run in Milwaukee.
He's got his ear, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he ain't going to let it go.
Not anytime soon, no.
A little soft single in the right field. Josh.
Fields goes the other way on the inside-out swing. He hasn't had many at-bats recently, so that's a welcome base hit. Keeps it alive for Sednick at the top of the order.
Scotty Pye struck out. Slow curveball strike. It's now 1 for 7 lifetime off Randy Wolf. Bottom of the 6th in Detroit. Cubs and the Tigers are tied at 2. Gets away from Martin, so Fields into second.
It'll be interesting. That's a ball that Martin should have blocked. From our Southwest RoboCam, we'll take another look at it. If that ball was in the dirt, and apparently it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Well, they give a pass ball, that probably should be a wild pitch.
Oh, that's a wild pitch.
Well, they changed it now to a wild pitch.
And there's a strike on the corner. Pick him up, Scotty Pod's right here, buddy. Outfielder's move shifted a little bit for Posednik. And slaps that fastball out of play into the seats. Game moving right along.
Posednik looking down at Jeff Cox with a quizzical expression on his face. Not many signs you can get at 1 and 2 with 2 outs in the inning.
Just setting them up for the next at bat.
Here is still very shallow in left field.
It's just did get a piece of that. Both pitchers have thrown a lot of pitches. Speed number 48 for Wolf. Inning and 2/3. Slow curveball. Easy play for Hudson. Makes it. And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the third, trailing 3-1. Lake and Ethier here in the top of the third inning. And there's the 53rd pitch thrown by Gavin Floyd, and it was a strike. Hudson grounded out. 4-3 his first trip. And once again, Gavin missing with a curveball.
And hopefully that one will come to him, because if not, he's very much at the mercy of this Dodger team.
Well, the way we're playing defensively, he's at the mercy
of them anyway, yes.
Now the curveball misses, and the count 2-2. He gone. There, he got one over, and the results, a strikeout.
This is the first real good curveball that Gavin's thrown, and he just freezes. Orlando Hudson.
So Gavin was ahead of this guy, Casey Blake. First thing you know, he walked him, and he came around to score. He was leading off last inning. Back through the middle. Now they have 3 runs on 2 hits.
Blake came in hitting 300 because he's gone to right field and back up the middle. This is a curveball that didn't do a whole lot. And Blake took it right back where it came.
Ethier hit a pretty hard comebacker. So Gavin looked like it got him either in the heel of the glove or in the gut. Meanwhile, he threw him out as that pitch fouled away. You don't have to worry about the slide step so much with Casey Blake out there, Gav.
I know they want him to work on it and get him used to it. But there's certain guys that don't pose a threat to you. And one of them is Casey Blake trying to steal.
I'd rather see him work on it down in the bullpen.
Well, I feel the same way, and I talked with him about it. He said, well, they've been talking to me about the slide step, and I said, well, there's certain times where you shouldn't really be thinking about the slide step, like when you had Mathis in Anaheim with those Angels.
With Bobby Abreu at the plate.
Second of 2 curveballs actually wound up losing him the ball game because of the slide step with a catcher at second who had no intention of running.
That ball hit into left field. That was a curveball. It was up. Hides is there. And then that's out number 2. Tigers leading the Cubs 4-2. Bottom of the 6th inning.
Loretta came out of Northwestern University. Signed originally by an old scouting buddy of mine, Phil Rizzo.
One and one to count.
And Loretta started his career right back in 1993, eventually surfacing in Milwaukee in 1995. Departed there for Houston in 2002, then with San Diego, Boston, last couple of years back with Houston, and now with the Dodgers.
He has always been one of the better inside-out hitters in the game. And he's always been one of the most dangerous and toughest outs in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. He is not far removed from National League version of Placido Polanco.
Well, very similar. This is his 15th year, Hawk, and his average lifetime, 297 coming into this year. And he's been able to hit off the bench. That's why he stayed around this long.
He's one of those guys. It's not what he hit, it was when he hit it. As there's a base hit in center field. So he is 2 for 2 with that RBI. He also has scored a run.
This is a straight change. It's down, and Loretta throwing the bat, making just enough contact, putting runners at first and second.
So here's James Loney. He walked and scored last inning. Both base on balls issued by Gavin crossed home plate. Starts him off with a changeup, and this is low. Watch out.
Joe Torre told me that Loney was their most unpredictable hitter. He said he can look awful on a couple of pitches and then pull one out of the park, or get completely fooled and hit a line drive down the left field line.
Breaking ball, flips that one up there, and the count 1-2. Over the years, there have been a lot of guys that absolutely can look so bad at the plate, and all of a sudden, there's another breaking ball, sucked up by Nix, throws him out, and that'll retire the side. Nothing across. He had a couple of hits, a couple left. After 2.5, it's 3-1 Dodgers.
Was on the ropes in that first inning. Bases loaded, only one out. Unfortunately, Brian Anderson grounded into an inning-ending double play, and the Dodgers have taken advantage of their couple of miscues. They're not exactly ripping the cover off the ball, but they do lead by a pair.
Well, he picked up 3 runs in the second inning on 1 hit. We had 2 errors. Gavin walked 2. Both those crossed the plate. So we have got to figure out how to get this thing back on track here at home, where normally our club plays really solid baseball. But right here is Ramirez, who homered. Straight change, up out over the plate, and hit it out of here. 2-0 the count to Alexei, who now has 9 homers and 35 knocked in. Watch out, he almost walked right into that one.
He faked the bunt, and a 2-0 pitch is not the best ball to bunt for a guy that is a home run threat.
And there's ball 4, so there is a leadoff walk.
White Sox versus Cubs. It's Saturday, June 27th. It starts at 3:05. Walgreens is a proud sponsor of the June 27th Crosstown Classic game.
It'll bring up Jermaine, who doubled off the glove of Casey Blake at third. He just racky-typed one. Kowtowed it. Yeah. Pretty good lead by Alexei. And that's taken for ball 1 by Jermaine. Konerko on deck. And Pierzynski in the hole. And that let a pitch up high. So the count 2-0. That's 6 in a row off the mark for Randy Wolf.
Wolf out there just shaking his head. Can't get the feel for it this inning. Jermaine saw the ball very well against him last time. Even before the double, he was putting together a pretty good at bat.
Takes it right there. Outfield air straight up, spread out and deep. That ball hit deep. Pierre looks up. You can put it on the ball. Yes! Yes! 2-run homer for Jermaine, and this game is tied at 3. Those leadoff walks, they'll get you.
16 home runs for Jermaine Dye. Driving in runs 41 and 42. And he's seeing the ball exceptionally well against Randy Wolf. Here's a no-doubter. This is a changeup, and that's the second changeup of Wolf's that's left the yard. All he had to do was hear the sound. You don't have to look, you just hear the sound and you know it's gone.
Just look at Ed Rapuano and say,
give me another.
That's it. Paulie takes first pitch strike. Paulie hit by a pitch, pretty good. Got him in the back of the left tricep and then bounced into his ribs.
Having a somewhat healthy Jermaine Dye back in this lineup is a huge factor. Because Jermaine goes about his business very quietly, very efficiently, very professionally. Year after year, he puts up terrific numbers.
Oh, he's not done.
Not by a long shot.
Not by a long shot. That's right. That's foul back. Oh, 2 the count to Paulie. 3-5-2 for us. 3-3-0 for them. And there's a base hit back through the middle. Paulie on the 0-2 count.
Well, if Gavin Floyd needs a little pick-me-up, he's getting it now from his offense. That's the 6th hit. Ball, who was hit the first time up, takes a high fastball right back through the middle. That brings Rick Honeycutt, the pitching coach, out from the dugout. Russell Martin goes to the mound. Honeycutt was a pretty decent left-hand pitcher in his day. We can certainly relate to Wolf. One of the big differences this inning than from the previous pair was that he stopped throwing that slow curveball. That gave the Sox some difficulties briefly.
We only hit one of them.
That was it.
Gotti Paz hit a little soft ground ball to second.
60 pitches, and there's nobody out here in the third, so a very difficult night for both pitchers.
AJ had an infield single. That ball slicing, and that's going to be into the seats. So a 3-3 tie here in the bottom of the third inning. And that's up high. Gap out there in right center. A little something off that one. Had him way out in front. And the count 1-2.
And in the infield, you very rarely see this, but the Dodgers are really pinching toward the middle. Both Hudson and Cal playing AJ right back up the middle. You can see that. That's about as close as you'll see a shortstop second base combination playing close to the bag.
Well, the way that he's pitching AJ and the way AJ is approaching the pitch, Cal's giving him a little better hole over there than you would think.
I'm not sure exactly why he is over where he is. Paul is sure not a running candidate at first.
That breaking ball. And Pierre's going to run out of room as that is in the seats foul. Just turning in, Sox 1 in the first. Dodgers 3 in the second. 2 of them unearned. He had 2 errors, go along with 2 walks by Gavin. Both of them scored. Come on, AJ, good 2-strike hitter, buddy. Perfect 1-6-3. Second double play turn by the Dodgers.
Cal came an eyelash from bobbling that ball and maybe disrupting the play on it. But he was able to right the ship. He had some time. And it was easy after that.
Here's Brian. He's 0 for 1. Had the bases loaded, 1 out. He hit it into a 5-4-3 double play. Want to know the count. High pop up. Hudson making the call. Got the ball, and that'll do it. But the 2-run homer by Jermaine Dye will go the 4th, tied at 3. First pitch to Russell Martin is lined into right field for a base hit. So the leadoff man aboard here in the top of the fourth, and the fourth inning is brought to you by Taco Bell's Fourth Meal. That's a meal between dinner and breakfast, open till 1 a.m. or later. That is also Lisa Stone, one of her favorite places to partake.
Nachos Bel Grande. She can eat a room full of them.
Is she twittering you as well?
No. She's a wizard with a computer. Likes to be on Facebook on occasion, but no Twitter.
Well, you Twitter.
I have a leg up on her, so to speak.
Yeah. Kemp struck out. That's into right center field. And that's out number one.
That was a good pitch by Gavin Floyd. Kept that one off the sweet spot of the bat from Kemp. Threw a fastball running on the inner portion of the plate. Kemp couldn't get much into the swing. I think that's one of the reasons why Joe Torre put him in the ninth spot, because this is a guy that usually hits 7, 6, but tonight, number 9.
So here's Juan Pierre. He's 0 for 2. Sort of fakes a bunt. Takes it up high, ball 1. Outfield around to the left. Not equidistant. And that is hooking foul. Thank you.
One of the things that both hitting coaches, Mattingly and Penland, have been working with on Pierre is hitting the ball with a little more authority, because he used to just try to slap at everything and then run out the base hit. Not that he's going to hit a whole lot of home runs, but he's always been strong enough to hit a lot of doubles and triples.
Pierre now 3 for 8 lifetime off Gavin. Back him in on the grass at third. There's a shot foul. And the count now 1-2.
You have to keep a close eye on Martin, because even though he is a catcher, he's a 70% base stealer, 7 out of 10. One of the faster catchers in baseball.
Gavin way ahead at 1-2. Tomorrow afternoon in the finale, Clayton Richard against Chad Billingsley. So make your plans to be with us there at beautiful US Cellular Field. If you can't, that game will be over Comcast Sportsnet. Then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the conclusion of interleague play, as we will host the Cubs. We're going to run Contreras, Burley, and Danks out there. They're going to run Wells, Dempster, and Zambrano. That's into left field. Scotty Pods. And that's out number 2. And after that Sunday game, it's on the road again. 3 in Cleveland and 4 in Kansas City.
It's going to be a very warm Kansas City this time.
Here's for a call. He is 0 for 2. The Ball into right center field. Long way to go for Jermaine, but he is there. Reaches up with that big 6'5" frame, hauls it in. That'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Still tied at 3. Skipper is moving up the list of managerial victories. Connie Mack tops the list with over 3,700 wins. Joe Torre and 2 other active managers have cracked the 2,000 mark and are approaching John McGraw's second place standing. That is tonight's Toyota moving forward to focus on Joe Torre.
Let's hope we can delay that assault on Bobby Cox.
A 3-3 tie. Ball 1 to Jason Nix. Nix 0 for 1. He just hit a bullet out to Juan Pierre in left field. And very quickly on that tailing fastball. Count 1-1. Got a nice approach. Plate.
Well, I think he surprised both of us this year, especially in spring training, with how hard he hit the ball. Then unfortunately he got hurt. Now he is back and swinging the bat pretty well.
Slow curveball. Took it nicely in the count 2-1. Yeah, he had those 2 injuries. Quads and then the hamstrings. And I'll tell you, at that point, he was swinging the bat as well as anybody in camp.
With a couple of home runs in Anaheim, and that's not an easiest place to hit the ball.
I just like he's got a nice presence. He looks like he has that sense of control. He looks like he's in command up there.
Get a chance to catch up with his brother in Cincinnati. Lance Nix plays for the Reds.
Good pitcher's pitch right there on 3-1. So a full count for Jason. Sinker fouls it away. Outfield, not the same for everybody in our lineup with the exception of Scotty Pods. Straight up, spread out, and deep. And there's ball 4. There's a good, solid at bat. The leadoff walk.
Friday, June 26th at 3:05. It's the White Sox versus the Cubs. Come out to U.S. Cellular Field this Friday as Miller Lite gives one lucky fan the chance to pitch for $1 million. Miller Lite, the ultimate beer.
Gordon Beckham grounded out to Furcal at shortstop.
Rick Honeycutt called up the bullpen. And the pitches are piling up on Randy Wolf. I think he wants that bullpen starting to stir.
Jason very quickly diving back into first. He's 3 for 3 in stolen bases.
And the bullpen is up and going for the Dodgers.
There's that little lollipop curveball. Grabs a strike.
Corey Wade throwing in the pen.
I'll tell you when. Go.
And that's grounded foul on another lollipop curveball. Not quite like Stone Pony's 67.
Well, that one stayed up in the zone a little bit too long. In fact, Wolf was pretty lucky to get away with that.
Fastball high and wide. Just a decent lead by Nix. Has popped up right side. That's a can of corn or Ethier. So 1 out. And that'll bring up Josh Fields, who is 1 for 1.
This Dodger team probably does, and you've mentioned it, Hawk, during this game and a half we've done with them. They do less shifting of their outfielders than any team in the major league.
Really, the only guy that shift on first is Scotty Pides, and that's only just a few steps.
Pierre will come in and over toward the line.
As that fastball tails outside. And that is into the LG Skyline Club seats.
On the first base side, an identical set on the third base side. There they are. All gets up there in a hurry.
Yeah, but they're charging them.
Yeah, but they're premier souvenir seats.
Fans trying to urge on our Sox here to get a little something going. As there's that lollipop curveball. He just flips it up there and whoop. Pew.
See Josh looking for anything but this. There it was.
And that fastball. Hang with him, Josh. Hang with him, buddy. Stay on top of him. That little toss over there. And that's slowing in. There goes Nick, safe.
Heads up base running by Jason Nix as soon as he saw that ball in the dirt. And that one didn't get away from Russell Martin too quickly. It goes as a wild pitch. Martin actually shifting his weight, doing a nice job of keeping the ball in front of him, and makes it a lot closer at second than it probably would have been.
Shades of Jose Valentin. So now, go ahead run in scoring position in a 2-2 count. And that's up high. Ball 4 base hit. And that's out of play. Josh in the spring, short, quick, compact. When the season started, it started getting a little bigger and a little bigger, and he's not been able to corral it yet. That ball, high, get out of here, way back. He looks up, you can put it on the board, yes! He just muscled it out of here, and the Sox lead it 5-3. Maybe some of that long, hard work that he and Greg Walker have been putting in is starting to pay off. He is 2 for 2 tonight.
Well, he parlayed it into his 4th home run of the year. He now has 23 driven in. It's a towering fly ball that didn't look like it was going to get out. Wolf tried to throw it away, got it in, and this ball just kept on carrying. Josh Fields is awfully strong. Juan Pierre runs out of room. And that looks like it's going to be it for Randy Wolf.
Josh Fields has got tremendously strong hands. Boy, guys are so happy for him. He's really been scuffling, and maybe he's coming out. So Wolf will depart, and we'll be back.
Spectacular for these Dodgers. 2-1 record, a 2.37 ERA in 55 games. But that was last year. This year, the ERA 4.68. He's on for the 25th time. And they tried to use him as a closer when Broxton had some problems. That didn't work out very well. And now he's lost his setup job to a couple of young, hard-throwing kids. Belisario is one of them, and Troncoso is the other. Wade comes in the middle. Dodgers down by a pair.
Wade, 26-year-old right-hander out of Ogden, Utah. So here's Scotty Pods taking first pitch strike. Scotty has struck out and grounded to second. And breaking ball misses. Casey Blake at the cut of the grass at third. That ball hammered right to Ethier. That's a hang woofum for Scotty Pods. 2 down.
Line drive rocket, but unfortunately Ethier right in the way. And the night is done for Randy Wolf. 3 1/3 innings, 5 runs on 7 hits, walked 2. They were both leadoff walks. They both scored ahead of 2-run homers, and he struck out 1.
Well, there have been 3 leadoff walks in this game, and all 3 of them scored. Big hack at a breaking ball by Alexei.
First inning, high changeup. Home run number 9 for Ramirez. That's the first of 3.
And that ball hit deep, but not deep enough, and is foul. So 0-2 to count.
Corey Wade was terrific in the playoffs last year for the Dodgers, especially in that 3-game sweep of the Cubs. Dodgers in that series never had one left-hander throw a pitch. They used all right-handers, and Wade was one of the mainstays out of the pen.
And that's going foul. Right there, he knew it, but a 2-run homer by Josh Fields, his 4th of the season. We'll go to the 5th. It is 5-3 White Sox. And there they are. as we get set to go to the top of the 5th inning. 5-7-2 for us. 3-4-0 for them. First pitch strike for Orlando Hudson, who is grounded to second and called out on a good Gavin Floyd curveball. One and one to count. Casey Blake on deck, and Andre Ethier in the hole. Change up, no.
Gavin was using his changeup when he couldn't get the curveball over the plate, but last inning he started throwing more for strikes. And that changeup just floated out of the zone.
Two and two. And that's chop foul. Hudson, 31-year-old veteran, switch hitter. Last year with Arizona, hit .305, 8 homers, and knocked in 41.
And he was hurt at the end of the season. They asked him how his wrist was, and he said it's 100%.
Full count, no walks, Gav. And that got a piece of Ed Rapuano as well. It's the 3rd time tonight he's caught some of that baseball.
Well, it goes in streaks for umpires and catchers. You can go a week or so without getting hit. Then you can catch one high in the thigh 2 times in the same game.
And that's back through the middle. Base hit. So the leadoff man aboard. And Chicagoland viewers, how would you like to win $5 footlongs from Subway? Just be the 500th texter to text Subway to 97999. Go to WGNTV.com for complete info and rules. Casey Blake has walked. That was leading off the 2nd. He scored, and he singled in the 3rd.
Well, Hudson is 6 for 6 in stolen bases, and you figure him to be going somewhere in the sequence. The longer they wait with Blake, the more likely it is to ground into a double play. He's grounded into 7 of them this year. That's tied for 2nd in that dubious department on these Dodgers.
$62 stolen bases and 83 attempts.
Well, with Manny Ramirez gone for the 50-game suspension, not coming back till July 3rd, Joe Torre has just tried to keep his team running into the best record in baseball, and he's done it.
There's a strike, and the count evens at 1. So many times you'll see an injury of a huge magnitude, or in this case a suspension of huge magnitude, as that's a fair ball very quickly. Boy, what a nice effort by Jason Nix trying to turn that one over. They get Hudson at 2nd.
It's a pretty good play by a retreating Gordon Beckham, because he makes a good solid off balance throw. I'm not sure that he could have thought about the double play here. Even with the speed of Blake, that was really slowly developing.
Yeah, but that was one heck of an effort by Nix.
No, did a tremendous effort, because he stayed right in there and got the throw off, which is really all you can ask of a second baseman.
Yeah. So here's Ethier. A little tardy on that one. Andre has gone out 1 assisted and also to left field.
And I know you're very familiar with the former member of the Oriole front office, who later became a world champion with the New York Mets, Frank Cashin. And he told me that he wanted his second baseman to be a dirt ball. And I said, what are you talking about? He says, I need that throw always to get to first base. And he said, if he backs out or backs away from getting that throw off, we're not going to get the double play. We're going to give him one more out. And I think we got a couple of guys who get the ball away pretty well at second. They're not shy of contact.
Decent lead by Blake, and the 0-2 pitch. Fastball high. There's the 93rd pitch run up the home plate by Gavin Floyd here in the top of the 5th inning. Just got a piece of it. Bottom of the 9th in Washington. Boston leading the nasty Nats 6-4. Nats leading Atlanta 6-4. Top of the 9th down in Georgia. Bottom of the 8th in Detroit. 4-3 Tigers over the Cubs. Curveball way high. Way high. And the 2-2. Boy, there have been a lot of foul balls tonight. Wow.
That shows you that Gavin doesn't have his wipeout pitch, because when he does have his good curveball and a straight change to follow, he gets a lot of swings and misses. Tonight he's getting a tremendous amount of balls just barely hitting off the bat.
And should be. Rack him up. We are halfway home already, leading 5-3. Of the game is coming Back in the third inning with Ramirez aboard. Number 16 for the big man. That's our forward drive of the game.
Jermaine 2 for 2 tonight, and he hates to see Randy Wolf go.
First ball, fastball, Hunting pops it up right side. Orlando Hudson, 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. So here's Konerko. Pauly was hit by a pitch, then he singled back through the middle. Pauly hitting at 291 as he stands up to that dish. Takes first pitch strike at 90 from Corey Wade.
Wade's best pitch is probably his curveball. Fastball is all right. It's not overpowering, but he's got a very good break on the curve.
And there's a good eye, 1-1. Just tuning in, Sox 1 in the first. Dodgers 3 in the second, 2 of them unearned. Sox with 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth. Let a pitch. That ball hit deep, way back. One pier just takes a couple of steps, looks up. You can put it on the board. Yeah. Yeah.
Number 11 for Pauly. He's had a perfect night tonight. And he drives in run number 45. And that's 4 Sox home runs.
6-3, Sox lead it.
Taking another look, Martin wants it low and away. Instead, this fastball is up and out over the plate and gone.
Curveball strike to AJ. AJ is 1 for 2. Tigers now leading the Cubs 5-3, bottom of the 8th inning. Checks it up. 2 balls and a strike to Pierzynski. Off the glove, and that's going to be a base hit. So he gets his second infield hit.
I don't know if you can remember back that far, but can you remember AJ with 2 infield hits in the same game?
Your what hurts?
He's had a couple of immaculate deflections, and this one pushed it out of the way of Hudson at second base. 2 infield hits for AJ.
So here's Brian. He's 0 for 2. Takes that curveball high.
That was really hung up there high. That's from a pitching standpoint what you have to hope. When you do miss with it up, you want it up and way out of the zone.
And there's a base hit in the hole. So 2 on, 1 out, and that'll bring up Jason Nix. Jason 0 for 1, a line shot to left field, and then he walked to lead off last inning and came around to score.
James McDonald loosening in the pen. And Rick Honeycutt out to the mound. 2 on, only 1 out, looking for a couple more insurance runs. But the offense that has been dormant pretty much all season long here at home, swinging the bats real well.
10 hits tonight. 4 home runs, a double, and 5 singles. So here's Nix. Outfield, same spot. Drops a curveball. Catches the outer half, and the count 0-1. Dodgers have turned 2 double plays, 1 in the first inning, 1 in the third inning. Sox have turned 1. Corey Wade. Long look in at Martin.
Well, Martin's going to go out now and ask Wade, what exactly do you want? Because I have 5 fingers and you've shaken off everything. Provide your guests with the ultimate baseball experience in the Jim Beam Club. This all-inclusive premium seating area located behind home plate features a Levy Catering pregame buffet, open bar, in-seat food and beverage menu, premium reserve parking, and much more. Call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com/Jim Beam Club.
Ron crowning the guys up there at the... That ball hammered way back. He looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes! 3-run bomb by Jason Nix. And the Sox lead it 9-3. Yes!
Five and 10 on the power numbers as Nix, who hit the ball very well in the second inning, only to line out to Pierre. This time put it where Pierre couldn't get it. He took it over the wall, and it's a 6-run lead. The 5th of the year for Jason. RBIs 8, 9, and 10, and this ball just hung on the inner portion. And Nix crushed it.
He's one of the few guys that we've had, and you get men on base, it looked like he is in control of the situation.
He's had very good swings, and of course have had trouble getting some playing time. But when he gets it, he's been pretty impressive.
He's got 5 home runs and 71 at-bats. So, Wade will depart after Nix's 3-run homer, and we'll be back.
game will receive a 7-Eleven game card redeemable for a free Big Bite with the purchase of a 32-ounce Big Gulp at participating 7-Eleven stores. 7-Eleven is Chicagoland's convenience store. Now we'll take a look at James McDonald as he comes into this one. McDonald 1-1 ERA, touch under 7 on for the 11th time. 4 of them starts.
Oh, 1 to count to Gordon Beckham, who was 0 for 2. He's grounded to short and popped up to right. And very quickly to count 0-2. As that is out number 2.
Five home runs tonight. First time since September 25th.
That ball hit deep by Josh Fields. It is 10-3, number 2 of the evening for Josh. He is 3 for 3, a single, a 2-run homer, and a solo shot. Yes! Put it on the board! Yeah!
That's home run number 6. It hadn't been done 5 home runs since 2006 in September. We'll have to wait for the last time the Sox hit 6 home runs in one game. Especially 6 home runs in less than 5 innings. McDonald straight over the top. Wants it low and away, gets it up and in and gone.
Now, as I said earlier, maybe all that hard work that they have been putting in is coming up to pay off for Josh. The upside is there, the potential is there, the talent is there.
Well, certainly the strength is there also.
Some of the strongest hands on our ball club. As Blake's got it, the pirouette throws him out. But some damage is done. 3 home runs. Coming up with 5 runs. We'll go to the 6th leading 10-3. On top 10-3. There you see 6 home runs tonight. 0-4 against the Phillies.
It's been a while.
And we've still got a lot of time left.
Long way to go in this one.
Loretta is 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored, and the count 0-2. The 37-year-old veteran. If you're just tuning in, Lexi hit one in the first inning. Jermaine hit a 2-run shot in the third. In the fourth inning, it was Josh Fields with a 2-run shot. In last inning, a solo shot by Konerko, a 3-run homer by Jason Nix, and a solo shot by Josh Fields, as there is out number 1.
That was a good curveball by Gavin Floyd as he buckled the knees of Mark Loretta, who had had a perfect night till this pitch. See him just buckle? You can't hit the ball that way. That curveball will buckle a few of them.
You saw that kind of curveball thrown to Willie Mays in his reaction.
I did.
He's in the dirt.
But he was. He was a very hard man to hit. You couldn't hit him. But he did hit 660 home runs.
What a great player. Wow.
He was the first guy that ever told me that if he hit a home run on a fastball, he would go up looking curveball in the first pitch. If he got a fastball, he took it. Conversely, hitting a home run on a breaking ball, he'd go up and look for a fastball. And he said more times than not, I would get just the opposite pitch exactly what I was looking for, and he'd hit it out again.
That's into short left center field. So Loney is retired. He's now 0 for 2. Well, I told you, Willie hit one. You've seen that old ballpark in Phoenix.
Yes, sir.
He hit one up on US 10 up there.
That's a nice shot.
Against Mark Ballinger. 6'6" Californian we had throwing about 100. So here's Russell Martin. There's a shot right back through the middle. Martin now 2 for 3. In many cases right now is a terrific time for guys to hit on either side of the field. You know what Gavin Floyd's going to do. He's got a 7-run lead. He's going to try to get ahead of you. So this is when experience over the course of the season can pick you up 30 or 40 hits.
Gavin is going to deliver his 105th pitch. It's a very warm and humid night.
Well, the game, if you just tuned in, started off really, I mean, it was fugly, not ugly, in the first 2 innings. We gave them some runs in the second, all 3 of them, as a matter of fact. 1 was earned, 2 were unearned. And Gavin has been struggling all night long, and that's why I'm so proud of him, because he hadn't had his breaking stuff, and he's still out there battling his behind off.
When Gavin didn't have his curveball, he was just trying to use the straight change, and he threw it effectively enough to hold this team at bay and allow his offense to put up 7 in the last 2 innings. But before then, things got a little tough. His defense fell apart behind him, but Gavin has hung in there.
That's why I'm just so proud of him. It's a battling effort. If you've got to have your good stuff and your good control to go out there and win a game in the major leagues, you're not going to do a lot of winning. You have to go out there like he did tonight, where you don't have, and he's got a great curveball, you don't have one of your best pitches. Everything's just not there for you. Your defense made 2 errors, gave him some unearned runs. Wow. And yet here we are. He's still hanging in there, battling his behind off. As there's a good strong throw by Beckham. Kemp is retired, and we'll go to the bottom of the 6th.
solid throw by Gordon Beckham. Across the diamond. Doesn't have much time with Kemp going up the line. He gets him by a half step.
As you check out our Southwest Airlines Tail of the Tape, Alexei, 1 for 2 will lead it off. 6'5" right-hander James McDonald. Long Beach, California, just 24 years old. Two and 0 the count. Alexei with his 9th homer coming in the bottom of the first inning. And the count 3-0.
DJ Carrasco throwing in the bullpen.
And Dwayne Wise on deck. Wayne going to hit for Jermaine Dye. All Jermaine did was rocket a double off the glove of Casey Blake in the first inning, then hit a long 2-run homer in the third. His 16th. He now has 42 ribbies. JD was 2 for 3 tonight.
Dwayne comes on at 173. No hits as a pinch hitter. Sox entire team through the 24th this month has 1 pinch hit all year. This will be this 42nd pinch hit bat.
So that's 5 in a row off the mark by McDonald. Six in a row. Sox record for most home runs in a ball game, 7. Back in 1955 against Kansas City.
What happened to the Go-Go Sox? They wouldn't emerge till 4 years later?
Go-Go's didn't hit a whole bunch of dingers.
No. Well, they did.
Hey, I was sure that we hit 8 in one game in Detroit. An afternoon game. Wind was blowing out, and it was about this kind of weather. The ball was just jumping. Three and 1 to D. Wayne. How's that straight back? Tigers have won again. They've defeated the Cubs 5-3.
Cubs not helping us very much in Detroit.
No, this is going to be a situation we got to help ourselves. And that is fouled back.
Well, McDonald has been pretty much all over the place. Coming into this outing, 16 walks in 18 2/3 innings. Now make that 17 with the walk to Ramirez.
And that's fouled back. Back in 04 on June 8th. Those 6 White Sox home runs, 2 by Uribe, 1 by Carlos Lee, 2 by Canerco, 1 by the Big Hurt.
A good battle going on. McDonald straight over the top with that fastball at 6'5", just under 200 pounds. He's got to be able to locate the strike zone, and he hasn't been able to do it too often.
And there's a base hit. Oh, Wise wins the battle. First 2 men aboard. And here comes Paulie. Paulie is 2 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the first, single, back through the middle in the third, and then hit a long home run in the 5th.
And Russell Martin out to talk with James McDonald. Probably wants to mention something about a first ball fastball not being in the happy spot.
there's a shot right to. They're going to step on second for the double play. So Alexei is erased. That's a hang with him for Konerko.
For all you young base runners, when you're on base, check out where the shortstop and second baseman set up. And if you do, you won't be doubled up on a line drive right at the second baseman.
So the third double play turn by the Dodgers, and here's AJ, who's 2 for 3 with 2 infield singles. That changeup cued right off the end of the bat. Clayton Richard tomorrow afternoon. Make your plans to be with us right here at beautiful US Cellular Field against Chad Billingsley. And if you can't make it to the ballpark, that game on Comcast Sportsnet. Breaking ball misses 2-1. Three and 1 to count to AJ. It's full. 20,142 in attendance. As he strikes him out, and that'll do it. We'll go to the 7th. Leading by 7.
Carrasco comes into this game. Evan Floyd, very difficult, very gutty performance, going 6 innings, 3 runs, only 1 earned, 6 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Overall, a very nice job on a night where he didn't have particularly good stuff.
Well, he has some big stones out there tonight. There's Juan Pierre. That was That's the kind of performance you like to see, especially from a young pitcher who is growing, as we saw him grow last year, winning 17 times. Just competing. That's what it's all about. When you got ability like Gavin has, and you are willing to go out there and compete like he did, even if your defense gives them some unearned runs, and you hang with them, anything can happen.
Well, a couple of years ago, Gavin probably gets knocked out of this one early, but he's a completely different pitcher these days. DJ Carrasco, who's done a terrific job out of the bullpen, comes on to 2-0. His ERA under 3 at 2.89 on for the 24th time. He's been one of the more consistent of the Sox pensmen.
The 0-2 pitch. And another foul. The Dodgers can foul some pitches off.
Yeah, this seems to be an inordinate amount of foul balls. Pierre has made a career of this. He's perennially one of the toughest guys to strike out in the major leagues. This year with just 18, he's been to bat 216 times.
And flips that one into short center field. And nobody can get it, so he'll mosey on into second base with a double. That's what making contact will get you.
And I'm not sure if Ryan could have gotten to it. If he could have, it was his ball. Looked like one of any three of the guys involved in this one could have made the catch. And what happened was that Jason didn't give way, and he should have given way to Anderson. The Southwest RoboCam will take another look at it. Boys came away lucky that they were unscathed.
Somebody could have caught a cleat right in the face. So here's for call. He is 0 for 3 tonight. That's out number 1 with Pierre moving into third.
Follow your team on your iPhone and iPod Touch with MLB.com at Bat 2009, featuring play-by-play, video highlights, and live audio broadcasts. Visit WhiteSox.com on your iPhone or iPod Touch to purchase.
Orlando Hudson is 1 for 3. Takes first pitch strike. 10-13-2 for our Sox. 3-7-0 for their Dodgers. And that's into left field. That's going to be good enough to get Pierre home. And it's a 10-4 ball game. So the little duck snort double.
It's RBI number 39 for Hudson. Pierre with very good speed, able to score easily. Hudson has 5 sacrifice flies.
That'll bring up the veteran Casey Blake, who has walked, singled, and hit into a 5-4 fielder's choice. And the count 2-0. Just getting home, joining us. Sox with 6 home runs in this ball game. And there Blake Hale helps him out.
And Joe Torre and Don Mattingly as they talk over most likely what they'd like to do tomorrow.
Wow, see, that's it.
2-2. Drop down. Breaking ball. And a full count. Gordon. Long peg. And that'll do it. That little bloop double comes around the score. 7th inning stretch. Sox lead it by 6.
And so far, it's been pretty much all Sox after the Dodgers scored 3, 2 of them unearned in the 2nd inning. Brian Anderson's going to lead it off. Juan Castro checks into third base.
Well, even though Gavin started off shaky out there, this is a case right here where the pitcher has kept his club in the ball game, and that's popped up right side by Brian on the first pitch. Ethier calling off Hudson, 1 pitch, 1 out. But this is when the pitcher keeps his club in the ball game, keeps them there. They know it. They want to do something for him, and they did.
Well, he just held the Dodgers at bay, pretty much allowed his offense to get him back into the game. It was a lot like John Danks last night, who gave up 3 early runs. The problem with last night was the offense couldn't get the team into the game. Tonight, a different story with the 6 home runs.
Well, our guys, our youngsters have a great mentor to watch. And that's Mark Burley.
Jimmy Gobble loosening in the pen.
Burley's only 30 years old.
Well, he's 40 over 500. I mean, that's a tremendous accomplishment.
2-0 the count to Jason, who's 1 for 2. A rocket right to the left fielder, Juan Pierre, for an out, a walk, and then a bullet for a 3-run homer back in the 5th. 71 at bats. He has 5 home runs. Well, Paulie got him, won't let him go. There's the strike. Right here. Get yourself another knock. Goes through that 92-mile-an-hour fastball. And he got him. So 2 down.
To send along happy anniversary wishes to Mindy and David Kaplan. Their 5th anniversary. Come from a divided family. David, an avowed Cub fan. Mindy, a huge Sox fan. Has to be pretty happy with this one here tonight.
Ditto. Mindy. As that's up high. Gordon looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3. Off-speed pitch out in front. And that's popped up right side. Quick 1-2-3 inning, and we'll go to the 8th. It is 10-4 good guys. Pitcher did his job.
And Gavin Floyd certainly did. He's in line to even his record at 5-5. But first things first, Jimmy Gobble comes into the game. He's going to go through the middle of the order.
Big hack by Ethier, who was 0 for 3 tonight.
Gobble a 6.10 ERA in 11 outings and no record.
And there's a sweeper that misses. Another one. He gone. 1 out.
Host a private party at the U.S. Cellular Field in the terrace suites. Take advantage of an enclosed setting with outdoor balconies and a private seating area for your group, and the buffet is also available. Visit Terrace Suite today. Call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com.
Mark Loretta, 2 for 3. Takes ball 1. Outfield around to the right. And the count 2-0 to the 37-year-old veteran. Mota down in that pin. Come on, Jimmy, no walks, buddy. Come back and get him. There's one. June 24th, 1991. The Big Hurt Frank Thomas hit his first career grand slam off Seattle's Mike Jackson. And there's ball 4. So a strikeout and a walk, and that'll bring up James Loney, who was 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Outfield spread out slightly to the left. As there's a strike. Sox with those 10 runs, 13 hits, 7 of those have stayed in the park.
A welcome sight tonight with the long ball is Octavio Dotel loosening up in the pen.
And the count 2-1. Well, there have been a lot of pitches thrown in this game. Starters, if you're just joining us: Gavin for us, Floyd, Randy Wolf for them. Two balls, 2 strikes. Finale tomorrow afternoon, Clayton Richard against Chad Billingsley. So make your plans to be with us. It's a 105 start. If you can't, the game will be over Comcast Sportsnet. There's a breaking ball hung inside, and he just waited on it long enough to drill it into right field. So the walk and now the base hit. And here come the Dodgers. Then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against the Cubs. On Friday, Jose Contreras for us, Randy Wells for them. That game will be over WGN. On Saturday, Mark Burley against Ryan Dempster. That game will be over Fox. And in the finale of that 3-game set and the 6-game homestand on Sunday, Johnny Danks against Carlos Zambrano, and that game over Comcast Sportsnet.
Martin's had a very good night tonight.
2 for 3.
Dotel's getting ready for Kemp, who's in the on-deck circle.
Two and 0. That's the worst thing you can do. You come in and trying to get an inning of work and start walking guys. You walk Loretta, hang the breaking ball to Loney, and now go 2-0 to Martin.
The next guy up is a pretty strong hitter.
Well, one swing of the bat then changes the game around. There's the strike, and the Bronx cheer comes up.
AJ wants it inside. Gobble gets it outside, and the benefit of the call.
All right.
3-1. Got a little help right there from Russell Martin. So a full count.
Seven double plays this year off the bat of Russell Martin.
Take your time now. Okay, now
And that ball, that's a can of corn into center field. So that is out number 2. Here's Matt Kemp. He has struck out, gone out to right, and grounded to Beckham at third. And he gets first pitch strike over. Big gap out there in left center. And very quickly now they count 0-2. Kemp came in hitting at .314, 8 homers, 37 knocked in. Last year, Kemp, .290, 18 homers, and drove in 76. He's just 24 years old.
A lot of people in trade talks wanted Matt Kemp. It's been for the last couple of years, but the Dodgers have steadfastly held on to him. Now he's taken over center field, and he's done a great job of it.
And that is high and deep. And it is a 10-7 ball game.
Littell was warming up, and it's a 3-run game.
Besides putting them back in this game, it also adds another little different complexion to the game tomorrow, even if we can hold on.
That ball up and out over the plate. 9 and 40 on the power numbers for Matt Kemp.
First pitch strike to Pierre. He had a little bloop double last inning and scored. You had Ramirez going back, Nix coming all the way over from second into left short, left center field. Anderson converging from center. Nobody could get it. And the count 2-1.
Oh, he hits him right in the back. That got him right and dotted the 9. And that's going to be it for Gobble.
Ouch. So Gobble will depart. Dotel comes on and we'll be back.
He inherits Pierre at first base. There are 2 outs in the inning.
So here's for call. He is 0 for 4. He's lined to left. Twice he has gone out to right, and once he has grounded to Jason Nix at second. So see if Pierre now is like he wanted to go. That's usually the MO for guys who get drilled. They want to steal a base.
He almost got picked off. Had that throw been a little lower, it would have been interesting to see if he could have gotten back.
Josh Fields, if you're just joining us, Josh, perfect on the evening. He'll be leading off the bottom of the 8th. He is a single, a 2-run homer, and a solo homer. And there's strike 1 to for call. Tying run on deck. Person of Orlando Hudson. And there's a strike in the count 0-2. Call. 3 homers, 16 RBIs, came in hitting at .248. He gone. But they come up with 3. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th leading now 10-7.
To wrap it up here in the 9th inning, he's 1-2, ERA 3.60, on for the 26th time, looking for his 18th save. He's got 3 runs to work with, and he's in the middle of this Dodger order.
That's the way it usually works out. Abner did a pretty good job at designing this game, didn't he?
Well, he did that, and it always feels like when you come in the game and you're a closer, if you're not facing their best, he's waiting for you on the bench. Then they'll put him in.
So here we go. First out, always a big out. And there's a little chopper. Alexei got him. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 9th. So here's Castro.
He's had a banner year. Coming off the bench as he has. 347.
That'll work.
This, however, is just his 50th at bat. When he's had his opportunities, he's made the most of them.
And that's out of play. So 1-1 to count with 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning. Outfield well around to the right. As there's the strike and the count 1-2. Now drop the hammer.
Bobby's had a pretty good curveball lately when he's chosen to go to it. And the first time you see it, it usually winds up in a strikeout if it's a strike.
He gone. Hook. 2 down.
And Castro with no complaints on this one. This ball just explodes right on the outside corner. It came over the plate above the knees, and that's just unhittable.
Yeah. So here's Ethier. He's 0 for 4. Boy, this crowd, I'll tell you, even though small in numbers, has been into it. Even when we trailed it 3-1, as there's first pitch strike. And that's just off the inside corner.
One more out. Gavin Floyd will be at 500. Bobby will have save number 18.
And a little tapper. Bobby's going to get it, take it himself. Yes, and this ball game is over. So the Dodgers take the opener last night. Sox come right back after trailing 3-1. Early in the ball game, come up with 6 home runs. They win it 10-7, and we'll be back.